children. Welcome to the session. As usual, you know that we are discussing 9th standard first language English subject, and under that, the previous period we have discussed the 7th unit under the close section, that is on saying please. So on saying please in this prose, in the previous session we have discussed regarding the author, that is A.G. Gardiner, and also of the pre-reading activity which will be given in the test group, children. I hope you understood what I learned in the last period. Let us today see the paragraphs given under this lesson. And I told that this lesson teaches us how we have to be polite in our behaviors in the society, and when we are going to follow the rules and regulations and being polite to others, then we will get respect and we will get the honor from the society and the people. Otherwise, it is very difficult to lead a life, a healthy life, a peaceful life without following some polite manners. Okay, children, let's have a discussion on this paragraph, children. Open your textbook. See the lines on the first paragraph. Now I am going to read. On saying please. The first paragraph: the young liftman in a city office who threw a passenger out of his lift the other morning and was fined for the offense was undoubtedly in the wrong. It was a question of please. The complainant, entering the lift, said top. The liftman demanded top please, and this concession being refused, he not only declined to comply with the instruction but hurled the passenger out of the lift. So here it is a situation what the author experienced once in his lifetime, that is mentioned. That is, a young liftman in a city office threw a passenger from his lift, that is out of his lift one morning. The reason for throwing out the passenger out from the lift is that is the complainant here, the passenger, the person who is going to requesting, the person who want to go in the lift, said only top, not said please. It isn't requested, and the request, that is we know that we request by saying some polite behaviors and manners. So when the passenger said top, the liftman demanded top please. The demanded, that is the liftman demanded to say top please, but this was refused by the passenger. He don't want to say please to him, so this makes that liftman to become angry and threw that passenger out of his lift. So this of course was carrying a comment on manner too far. So this incident where the person was fined for this offense what he threw that man. But as a matter of question, that here in a normal life in the society, whether this type of happenings is going to take place, whether it is a good manner, definitely it is not a good manner. So here in this paragraph and in this lesson we are going to learn some of the behaviors by suitable illustrations and examples by some incidents. Here the gardener, that is the author, is going to say. So this of course was carrying a comment on manner too far. Discourtesy is not a legal offense and it doesn't excuse assault and battery. So discourtesy means not polite. So here discourtesy, that is courtesy means meaning very well children, not polite, not polite. So being not polite is not a legal offense. So there is no action to be taken by the law. That is, it is not a compulsory to be polite. It's left to a person and his attitude and lifestyle. So here it is what she said. Discourtesy is not a legal offense and it does not excuse assault and battery. So it doesn't assault means attacker. It does not excuse assault and battery. But if it is not like that, there is no law is going to oppose that. But if such an incident is going to happen, that no excuse will be given and he is going to put a fine. Assault means here that incident was caused by that person is going to be fined. So if a burglar breaks into my house and I knock him down, the law will acquit me. Listen, another example here. If, for example, how this social behavior will be considered as an offense or not offense. So that is depending upon situation, circumstance. Another one example is given in this paragraph. If a burglar breaks into my house and I knock him down, the law will acquit me. Acquit means to decide and take. So here acquit, the meaning is given. Acquit, the meaning gazette is given. Children, write down. ACQUIT, acquit means to decide. To decide and state in a court of law, that somebody is not guilty. Is not guilty. So assailant means an attacker. Assailant is given in library. ASSAILANT. Assailant means attacker. Attacker. That is, if a burglar breaks into my house, if I knock him down, the law will acquit me. The law will acquit me means is not guilty. No case will be taken against me because it is a protection that I wanted to take at that moment, and it does not. And if I am physically assaulted, it will permit me to retaliate with reasonable violence. So, if I am physically assaulted, then we have to make that a burglar and we have to give some precautionary. So, it does this because the burglar and my assailant have broken quite definite commands of the law. But no legal system could attempt to legislate against bad manners. This is very important, children. So no legal system could attempt to legislate against bad manners or could sanction the use of violence against something which does not itself recognize as a legally punishable offense. And whatever our sympathy with the left man, we must admit that the law is reasonable. It would never do if we were at liberty to box people's ears because we did not like their behavior or the tone of their voices, or the scowl on their faces. Our fists would never be idle, and the gutters of the city would run with blood all day. So, this is about the first paragraph, children. There is what learn? That is about the law which is going to take action and which is not going to take action. Okay. So, second paragraph, children. I may be as uncivil as I may please, and the law will protect me against violent retaliation. So I may be as uncivil as I may please, and the law will protect me against violent retaliation. I may be haughty or boorish, and there is no penalty to pay except the penalty of being written down an ill-mannered fellow. The law does not compel me to say please or to attune my voice to other people's sensibilities any more than it says that I shall not wax my mustache or dye my hair or wear ringlets down by my back. It does not recognize the laceration of our feelings as a case of compensation. So laceration means hurt feeling. L-A-C-E-R-A-T-I-O-N. Laceration means hurt feeling. Hurt feeling. It does not recognize the laceration, that is hurt feeling of our feelings as a case of compensation. There is no allowance for moral. This is very important, children. There is no allowance for moral and intellectual damages in these matters. If some of the incidents which is going to take place in our daily life, which is going to cause some feelings go wrong, and in such cases there is no compensation will be given. And also said here, no alliance for moral and intellectual damages in these matters, children. Next paragraph, third paragraph. This does not mean that the damages are negligible. It is probable that the liftman was much more acutely hurt by what he regarded as a slur upon his social standing than he would have been if he had a kick on his shins, for which he could have got a legal redress. The pain of a kick on the shins soon passes away, but the pain of a wound to our self-respect or our vanity may poison a whole day. Whatever the pain we are getting physically, it will go. It will not cause any serious damage, but the damage that is going to happen to us by means of self-respect and our vanity may poison. So I can imagine that liftman denied the relief of throwing the author of his wound out of the lift, brooding over the insult by the hour and visiting it on his wife in the evening as the only way of restoring his equilibrium. Sometimes we are going to show anger to others. We become angry with against somebody, and we are not going to show that anger to that particular man, and we are going to show him that anger to the others. Just like the situations going in the daily life activities. Okay. So here, going into the next line here. For there are few things more catching than bad temper and bad manners. When Sir Anthony Absolute bullied Captain Absolute, the latter went out and bullied his man. Fad, whereupon Fad went out downstairs and kicked the page boy, probably the man who said top to the liftman was really only getting back on his employer who had not said good morning to him because he himself had been henpecked at the breakfast by his wife, to whom the cook had been insolent because the housemaid had answered her back. We infect the world with our ill humors. It's very important. We should not infect the world with our ill manners. Okay, we have to avoid our ill manners and ill humors. And bad manners probably do more to poison the stream of the general life than all the crimes in the calendar. So, for one wife who gets a black eye from an otherwise good-natured husband, there are 100 who live a life of martyrdom under the shadow of a morose temper, but all the shame, the law cannot become the guardian of our private manners. No decalogue could cover the vast area of offences, and no court could administer a law which governed our social civilities, our speech, the tilt of our eyebrows, and all our moods and manners, children. I hope you understood these lines. Okay, in the next period we will discuss the remaining paragraph, children. Take care, children.